A civil society organization, the Center for Social Justice, Equality and Transparency, has accused foreign media outfits of promoting the activities of the Islamic State West Africa Province, ISWAP, in Nigeria. The executive director of the group, Isaac Iqbal, revealed that in the course of their investigation, the group were able to identify about 25 foreign media outlets covering northeast Nigeria, with the majority from France and some French-speaking countries, whose operations and reportage in so many ways does not complement the gallant efforts of the Nigerian troops. These foreign media, according to the group, often make unreasonable demands on the Nigerian authorities for clearance to go into the theater of operations, and when such request is not granted, they resort to sending unfavorable reports to their home countries.
A team of researchers were able to identify the influx of foreign media organizations in northeast Nigeria under various nomenclatures and mostly attached to the myriads of international NGOs supposedly carrying out humanitarian work in the region. It was identified that the high presence of these organizations had constituted an encumbrance in the operation of the Nigerian army in the fight against terrorism. It was also discovered that most of the news reportage of the international organization seen about the fight against terrorism in Nigeria is not a reflection of the facts on ground at all, but a disjointed report that would further give a justification for their continued stay in Nigeria.
Cesjet further revealed that most of the media organizations work hand in hand with foreign non-governmental organizations to depict the picture of Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists gaining more ground, as was evident in the recent news that made the rounds about some Nigerian soldiers reportedly killed by Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists, a story that turned out to be untrue after a detailed investigation, and also stated that the activities of the foreign NGOs are dependent on funding from international donor agencies, a justification for their continued stay in Nigeria and more funding for their operations.
It was also discovered that what is happening in northeast Nigeria is a racket between the foreign NGOs and foreign media organizations. As a fact, they work hand in hand to ensure that their news reportage out of Nigeria is always in the negative. These media organizations do carry out documentaries on the fight against terrorism, and in most cases, they set up situations that will fit their documentaries and broadcast same to the international audience, depicting situations that is, in most cases, are not the reflection of the reality on ground, but a make-believe.
The group, while praising the Nigerian army for its professionalism in the fight against terrorism in northeast Nigeria and the exceptional leadership of the Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Toko Buratai, recommended, among other things, that the influx of foreign media organizations operating in northeast Nigeria be checkmated, as their activities has constituted a nuisance to the operations of the Nigerian army.
This foreign media organization should discontinue with the way and manner they are reporting insurgency in Nigeria, which is not in the best interest of all concerned. If they cannot be objective in their reporting, they should leave Nigeria in peace. The Center for Social Justice, Equity and Transparency, having identified this foreign media organization as promoting terrorism through their mostly inaccurate reporting, should be cautioned and sanctioned moving forward by the relevant authorities in Nigeria.